Hello there everyone and welcome back. It's been a few days and I blame damn cold and congestion for all of those mishaps. And maybe a little bit of difficulty getting actual matches in. That might be an issue as well. So I'm going to have to make it a note to be a lot more strict with getting my matchmaking in on the prime hour there. Because trying to get matches on at any other time is not going to be the most convenient. Or at least that's the impression I'm getting. Nonetheless, our Eclipse is almost ready for battle, as I still need to get the renown I need to get the final skill slot in. And hopefully, if I have some excess renown spare, I can just fit up my last Aurora with the Aldway favor, as well as maybe finally get an upgrade for the resonating crystals on my Hellborn, because I've been finding that I've been tempted, kind of almost felt forced to get the Hemlock over to Hellborn just because of his damn upgrade. So it would be helpful and a little more convenient to get the upgrade on both my ships. Nonetheless, let's see if I can at least have a promising streak, or at least a win or two, without all my ships getting destroyed. If nothing else, that would be a victory in my books, if my ships can at least survive the battles to come. Alright, it's showtime. We're looking at 250 point battles, so maybe this is a good thing for me. At Admiral level 5 though, he's going to have noticeable amount of points, I think, this time around. So this may not bode well for me just because of the raw numbers disadvantage I'm going to have. And as much as potent as the Eclipse could be, having it by itself practically is not a good idea. Unless I could field another cruiser, that would be ideal. Nonetheless, I'm going to have to see what I can do. Bombers probably are going to be a must. At least that way I could play a little more safer and slower. The damn problem, of course, is I can't field anything else. Is that really what I want to do? It's going to be damn slow without a doubt. I don't know how I feel about this. I was thinking maybe I could squeeze in another ship, because I actually could get another cruiser if I go with the Shadow. This is awkward. I don't know what to think. I have to play super slow if I'm going to do this. Hey, what's going on? Okay, I was wondering why. What the hell's going on here? I'm trying to select my cruisers and won't let me for some reason. Yeah, they're grayed out for whenever I try and hover over. This is weird. I guess this forces my hand a little bit, because I can't have been the only one who saw that, right? As soon as unless I took the Eclipse. Was I accidentally taking the Eclipse there? I'm not sure. Although, this kind of forces my hand a little bit, because at least with the bombers I could have played a lot more safer, and if he was going with heavy frigates, then at least then I could have just potentially killed them right off the bat at range without having to commit to anything. Now I don't have that luxury, especially now I'm just realizing he's actually chaos there. So this could go badly for me just because of bombers too. We will see. What's the layout looking like? Yeah, I was gonna say he could very easily have two cruisers, and I'm definitely seeing what looks like two frigates with the way they're moving out. So, should I try for the frigates or focus on the cruisers? Well, I guess it comes down to what kind of frigates he has. Because if he's heavy on the lances, especially with the frigates with the prow lances, I may not have to worry so much about them. Not to mention the Hellbringers would be a lot easier to hit.
Yes, Commander.
And if I'm quick at getting this Nebula Clad, I can use it to kind of obscure vision a little bit, if only a small amount. We will see. Yeah. Okay, through on a beacon. That shouldn't be a surprise there. Now, I want to wait till he shoots. There. So that gives away the Hellbringers right there. So they're my priority. They're what I want to go after, if possible. Which one I go after first is another question, because this one is, well, I was gonna say that probably had upgrades or something, but nope, they're not gonna do damage. And when the beacon here, not quite. Yeah, torpedoes were way too close. I got shield damage down though. And these frigates are just lots of missile pods.
The Eldar shall triumph.
I can work with that, I just need to keep hitting with pulsars while he's isolated.
The void is our home now.
This is gonna hurt.
Full stop.
Now get out of my own maelstrom, that would be kinda nice.
Until
Although it's doing a worthwhile damage, if nothing else.
as you wish.
Now gotta be ready for his ram attempt. Oh, he's not even gonna ram. That works for me.
Setting sail.
I want to keep hitting this cruiser though so I can get some damage in.
Move at full
Obscure Fission. Oh, now as I say, he's shielding with the other cruiser.
speed. Is our home now.
So let's try and disengage and see if we can finish off this cruiser. Probably not, but the lances are a huge issue.
We ride the solar.
And I know there, at the very least with him being level 1, I could kind of get away with silent running.
Off the bone singers. We are damaged.
Although that's going to be short-lived.
As you wish.
So firing the beacon, that's fine.
Full stop.
I know he has one cruiser that's burning to death, basically, so... Actually, I should have flew in that beacon so I can identify where his cruisers were. Oh, never mind, I take that back, he's just flying away.
Moving.
I thought maybe he was gonna hide in there. And... Are my weapons? No, I was worried because of the highlighting on my silhouette. I thought I took engine criticals.
We ride the solar.
I was worried there at first. Huh. Okay, so he's trying to secure that.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, let's see. I could still do damage. I know where the cruiser is now.
Brace for incoming.
And since I'm kind of flying away from him, it's not going to do a lot of damage.
Destroyed.
Can I hit with torpedoes, though? Yeah, he just gave me a free frigate killed.
Affinity circuit.
Now, if I can hit with torpedoes, this would be great, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
We ride the solar wind.
Nope, I missed with torpedoes. That's a shame.
Yes, command.
And with engines gone there, both engines are gone actually, so
To that location.
I'm not going to be able to escape here. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of evasive maneuvers. I could still kill that cruiser, and I could still evade. Nope, this is gone. Without a doubt, this is gone.
Swift.
I don't know why it wouldn't let me use my bomber, though. I had 90 points, it was telling me I had 90 points, and yet everything was grayed out. And I know for a fact it's not high enough admiral level for me to have to require 2 cruisers. So what the hell just happened there, I wonder?
We ride the
Nonetheless, let's try disengage and get this ship out. Preserve the experience and all that. At least attempt to.
as you wish.
I was damn close to getting that cruiser kill, and that would have been really nice for the firepower.
Full speed.
Denying him, because as it stands now, he just gave me a free cruiser as far as damage.
The web
As far as, well, frigate just because of the ramming is what I'm saying. Because I was actually flying away from it, so the ramming damage was insignificant. We'll see. Oh, interestingly, I didn't realize his generator died there. Not that I could have abused that very well. Maybe if I did like a bit of a pincer maneuver, I could have hit from both sides there, and at least if I knew he was blocking there. Oh well, I almost had it there, just couldn't get the little bit extra damage required, and then that would have actually gone a little bit better, because his frigates chose to go after the full health cruiser, and apparently it was on the winning end of it, even though I didn't even fire a single shot at his frigate, so that came out on top on that front, but I just couldn't quite get the damage I needed to with the Hellbringer. Not quite. Although I would have liked both the ships to survive, losing both my engines is kind of asking for disaster there at that point. And again, why the hell couldn't I field the Kronos pattern? I saw 96 points, I'm pretty certain it was 96 points, and yet, well, it would have been 95, I guess, technically, considering it was 155 points, but still, that weird. I find that odd, unless I was taking a Battlecruiser. I was accidentally taking the Eclipse, and even then, that's only 4 points extra, which still would have left me with, like, a good 90, well, yeah, 90 points almost for frigates, so what the hell happened there? Some weird glitch, I guess, and I still can't fit the final skill slot. Nonetheless, we'll give that another try and see if I can correct that mistake. Alright, let's try a little more even of a bout. A little more even of a fight, even though I'm probably, what, 2 levels ahead of him? 400 points would probably be Admiral level 3 for him there, but I can go with 3 Auroras there, but am I concerned at all with him having, with his Thunderhawks and boring torpedoes? Probably. I know I want to get this Eclipse in too, and I have actually points to justify it. If I'm going to make this work, I need to kill his ships quickly, which, considering he's Space Marines, that with how mobile they are, that could work. It could also work horribly. Maelstrom will be mixed effects there, mixed results, depending on if he has any Vanguards that I'm trying to go after. Strike Cruisers, I could probably do a decent amount of damage with the Maelstrom before it gets out. Vanguard probably get out there in a hurry, but even then, the Pulsars would do a lot of damage. I am missing my 3rd skill slot, but even then, I don't know what's ultimately ideal. Let's see. I'm looking at the layout here. We got a lot of cover on the left, so is it possible I can force him out of that gas cloud? If only slightly. If he goes for the gas cloud, can I force him out of that and use that to my advantage in any way? Well, I could, and at the very least I could probably get to the gas cloud before him and force him out of that way. 4 ships though, so what does that tell me? He's not even moving, so that could mean anything. Alright, so this is looking promising. He's giving me free time to get to the gas cloud and abuse its positioning there a little bit. And I heard fighters. Okay, so this is probably a newer player, if I had to guess. Because he's being slow with spawning his Stormhawks there, I guess. Oh, let me keep moving these ships. We'll see what happens. Even if if he doesn't know how to control his ships, I'm still going to be fighting like AI gunnery, so this will be a good test on trying to dodge the bombardment cannons, if nothing else. Assuming he's fielding a strike cruiser. Although I'm seeing 3 cruisers in front, so maybe it's 3 Vanguards and then a frigate. Unless they're falling apart. It's really hard to say with him zigzagging, though. Really hard to say if he's got a strike cruiser and 2 Vanguards or not. Either way, we do have this gas cloud now as a fallback point. I just gotta hit his ship and take those shields out. And then the Eclipse can hopefully go in and draw a lot of the fire. So there's the Vanguard right there. This is probably not gonna go quick. Oh, it's also lagging like hell. That's always fun. So he does have a strike cruiser as well, but so far, 1 ship down. It's only a Vanguard, mind you, but 1 ship down that could potentially chase me if nothing else. And now, let's get on out and try and maximize damage, and of course had to miss the torpedoes. That's a shame. Bit of a shame there, but he's coming right at me, so I can hit with torpedoes easily enough. Oh, that was probably too close, and I was hitting the wrong buttons. Yeah, probably too close. Still at half damage. Half health. I think we're good. And immediately wasted the Thunderhawks. Okay. Now, can I finish the job is the real question. I don't think I can. It is on fire. Double fire, so could be good. Okay, it is dead. It did die to boarding attempts. So that paid off nicely there. Now, I want to kill this, as weird as it sounds, I want to kill this frigate. And thankfully I got just that there. So 1 ship left. Not exactly exciting. Scary fleet potential there with his ability to run me down with an Eclipse that has no upgrades on it, mind you, but still a little bit underwhelming. Maybe I'm just getting some easy matches, because to be fair, my Admiral level has been accelerated due to our dang, disconnect friend there, with him failing his exploit every now and then. So, I'm probably not prepared for the high point battles just yet, as far as the controls, but
As you wish.
I'll take any freebies I can get, I guess. It's not ideal, it's not what I would prefer, but it works, I guess.
Yes, Commander, we obey.
Well, I was hoping for something different there, with the Space Marine matchup at 400 points, and it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. It does give me the renown I would like, though. If only a little bit. How much exactly do I get? 210, so that's good amount. Will I be able to fit my Hellborn with the upgrade I want, though? Well, actually, I probably won't because I have 200 renown to invest in my now level 2 upgrade. So that's not going to happen either. Because, yeah, this is 200 points, right? Or, yeah, 200 renown. And I think I have enough now for my third skill slot. I just don't know what I want there. I keep getting told beacons. Although I see little value in the beacons there, considering all my weaponry doesn't require actually identifying targets. Hell, it's like I said, if I had, in the match against Chaos there, if I deliberately flew in the beacon, even though I had Silent running up, which would have just hit me again, I could have just revealed his position without even poking in there, so I seriously question the beacons. I shouldn't need them unless I'm relying heavily on bombers and Starcans, really. And I don't have enough bomber ships to really justify that. And if anything, they should be the ones with the beacons, not the Eclipse. At least not this Eclipse here. I've been wondering if Stasis Bomb would be useful, but with the long cooldown, it basically means I only get to use it once. Only justification I have for this is it allows me to escape, kind of like how I've been contemplating using this for my Vanguards when I first did my Space Marines. And if possible, isolate his ships because he's going to want to avoid the Stasis Bomb, just because Pulsars are such a real threat in combination with this. I'm going to experiment with this. I'm only going to have one chance with it if I do use it at all. Ideally, if it could separate his ships and make it easier to burst down one target, then that'd probably be worth it. If at all possible. And even then, it allows me to escape a little bit with my Eclipse there, because apparently you can run them down with some frigates and all its more mobile ships, as we learned with the frigates there against Chaos once again. So 400 points, this looks like a possible rematch. This is going to be underwhelming again, isn't it? Yeah, I guess the name should be self-explanatory, shouldn't it? I think so, maybe. Well, if nothing else, I could farm some renown, I suppose, and try to experiment a result of all this. So, what can I do here? Well, if I go with this comp again, I will get the experience I want. I was hoping maybe to use it as an opportunity to practice with the regular Shadow. Although that's kind of a dumb idea because I don't know how likely I should realistically expect torpedoes to hit, at least the Vanguard. Strike Cruiser has a much better chance to hit with those torpedoes because of this how bigger the ship is and less mobile it is. It gives me some experience for the Eclipse at least, which is kind of essential. At least it feels essential to get its skills. Make it as formidable as possible because with 800 health this thing is formidable. So I want to make the most of it up until I get my other Eclipse. And of course the Void Stalker will be vicious as well. And that even has extended range on its pulsars, which opens up a lot of different possibilities there. As far as just diving in aggressively to try and get quick kills. Although I find that style fun if I can prioritize the proper targets to kill really quickly though. Because Vanguards at this point probably are not the most beneficial kills. And it looks like he has a bunch of frigates now. At least if that's that would be my guess anyway. And he's flying to an asteroid field, so another underwhelming match, so it's like I said before, if nothing else, and at least get some renown off this and some experience for the ships. But as far as real matches are concerned, this is not one of them.
Acknowledged.
Oh, and he's already repairing the ship, so it definitely wasn't auto deploy, so he deliberately put the ships in that gas cloud, that's all I know, or asteroid belt. So he's doing them to himself there.
Solar wind.
He's doing this himself, and now he's flying off forward. Can I guess which one's the cruiser? Looks like that might be our cruiser. At the very least, it could be a Vanguard. We're not going to know until we see them spread out. And even then, it might be hard to tell which one's the Vanguard. Because the Vanguards actually can go the same speed as them. Unless he's using hunters. And
Moving to that location.
if only I had such a keen eye to know exactly what speed they're going at this movement.
Until the end.
Oh well, I know what the cruiser is, and we know he has a handful of ships. So, I want to probably try and kill these frigates quickly, because I could get overwhelmed. I could just basically fly away from his cruiser, because of the dang bombers or Thunderhawks. Oops, and I wasted that, but come on. I know I'm mismatching my control a little bit there, but that was not at all what I intended. It's a little inconvenient. Oh, and he's also going to get bored as well, so not most convenient. Can this thing survive? It can, if I have anything to say about it.
The void is our home.
Hotkeys again are going to be awkward, and he's using lances.
Your death was foretold.
Can this block? Hotkeys are a little bit weird, because now my falls maneuvers is B rather than the C key.
We ride the solar wind.
So this thing survives, if nothing else.
Till the end.
And I thought I did use a Maelstrom. A little bit of latency, because that seems a bit slow having that Maelstrom come up. Actually, why am I... Oh, crap. It's a good thing I didn't fly into that mine. That could have been bad. That could have been bad right there. We'll get this ship out of here. Get this out. Yeah, and he's using Gladiuses. Well, actually, he's using Novas, so... I was going to praise him on his abilities there. There.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, let's try and kill these things, because even the Vanguard has lances, so it's not as scary as it could be. So long as I know how to deal with these... Dang it. I was trying to hit the C key again, it didn't work out. So that's another thing I'm going to have to learn.
To the void with you.
So one more ship.
Yes, Commander.
If I can hit with torpedoes, that would be great.
Setting sail.
And we'll just get this out, just to be safe.
To the webway.
Just to be safe, we'll get that out. I'd rather have the experience, even if it gets a lost in warp effect on top of the heavily damage.
Until the end.
Because you never know when a random lance might kill it. So gas clouds are way over there. At the very least, I could shoot it down just by flying away from them. Not going to be able to boost out.
We obey.
Okay, so you got at least one board attempt? No, he didn't even get a board attempt. So that worked out well.
Destroy them.
Let's finish him off. Let's show him the door. Now that his shields are gone. Oh, and my deck's gone, so I don't even have fission. Not that it matters. Again, it's like I said about the beacons. I don't need fission. I don't need fission to shoot him. Unless I want to finish him off with star cannons or something. So, that's not an issue at all, losing my deck, losing any fission, or being jammed. So long as I can see the blip. Which I can kind of abuse a little bit there by forcing him to attack me. Which is kind of what I explained before with the Chaos match. I could have used that to my advantage, the beacon. It was a squandered attempt, if only slightly. And if I saw his two cruisers were right next to each other, I probably could have tried instead to burst one of his frigates down with the pulsar torpedo combo. Especially since he was planning on going after one of my cruisers anyway. He could have just flew right into torpedoes and saved me some ram damage. Hard to say. Hard to really say. Unfortunately, that seemed like a series of underwhelming matches. That was a little more closer. Just a little bit, but mostly it was due to my own miscontrol there with the Aurora, because I forgot to give it a new heading once I gave it its falls maneuver, so it just naturally flew back towards the frigates, putting it in the awkward position we had to deal with. In the end, nothing got destroyed, so I got my levels in. I got another upgrade slot. And it is lost in warp, unfortunately, so I do pay the price for that. But it's got its extra mobility to try and keep itself at arm's distance. And we got extra levels on the Bone Singer. Now, if only I can get the 200 renown I need for the Hellborn, we'd be in good shape. At least then I can start feeling this over the Hemlock. Because, yeah, the point difference is actually noticeable considering it's either 4 Hemlocks or 3 Hellborn there. And Hellborn with 200 health are a little more resilient. A little more worthwhile to invest in if there's a risk of them dying immediately.